All right, let's see if this thing's gonna work. I'm bringing in, hopefully, one of my fellow YouTubers, Chronicles of AJ. I sent him a link to this live stream. We're gonna discuss a few things, ranging from what's going on with the coronavirus versus what's happening right now with MGTOW. You know, my experience with these guys and what they have to say to me with a recent video on MGTOW being taken down. Let's see. Let's see if AJ is coming on through. All right. This might take a while. I already sent him the link, but let's just see. Might have to wait for wait a few. Hold on. Let me check this out right here. Hold up. I already sent it to you. Let's see. AJ, are you coming yet? Are you there? What's happening? Okay. I guess let's just wait and see for a little bit. I mean, for those of you who don't know Chronicles of AJ, he's a guy that mainly talks about MGTOW, men going their own way, living the single life, and just taking time to figure out who you are and where you're going. A lot of his videos are pretty entertaining, talking about the women that check him out and how women can be and whatever. And it's pretty good material. If you don't know who he is, check him out and see what he has to say. Anyways, AJ, where are you? What's going on with this shit? Let me go ahead and just email him real quick. Hold on. Let me just email this motherfucker again. What's going on? Okay. Did you get the link? Come on, man. What's the matter with you? Don't tell me I gotta do this video all by myself. Oh, boy. I might have to give this guy a few minutes, but whatever. Anyways, today's just another average day. It's a special day for me, too. You know, it's 420. So for all you people that like to smoke some weed, you know, it's a special day for all of us. Just an excuse to just smoke as much as we want. Me, I'm going to be more conservative today because, I mean, I'm not making as much money as I used to since I'm not working and I'm trying to save up my money. But I'm going to show you what I'm working with. So hold up. So let me see. Obviously, I'm wearing green today. It's that way for a reason. So I got myself this thing right here. If any of you love to smoke weed, I recommend these pre-roll blunts, the Presidentials. This is strong cannabis right here, infused with oil and wax, among other things. Now, this is a blunt right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Blunt. This is the real top quality shit. Okay? This one right here is measuring at, I don't know if we can see this right here, is about 34% THC. I'm going to be having this for 420 this afternoon. I've already taken care of what I need to today, but I'm just waiting on this guy to come on in. So let's see what happens. Let me check back in with this motherfucker. Hold on. Did you get the link yet? Come on, man. Where are you? I think I did what I was supposed to do. What's happening? Whatever. So yeah, just hang out at home. Nothing's going on. Obviously, I'm not working. Just already did my workout routine. Sent out another pair of shoes I sold for some extra money. We'll just see how it goes. I guess if anything, if AJ doesn't come on through, I'm just going to talk about random shit anyways. So what is there we can talk about? I don't know. Let's just say, what? Oh yeah, just going further into detail about what happened with me earlier on this week with my whole hate speech situation. So yeah, I had one of my videos recently taken down when I was not necessarily criticizing, but just offering a different perspective on MGTOW, men going your own way. But the thing is that um, they were just going at these guys that were just the extremists as far as MGTOW were really, really going in on me, just as though I was a threat to their mentality and their organization or what have you. I'm thinking, what's the big deal? I'm just offering my own opinion. I may not agree with everything you're saying, but doesn't mean I want to bash you for it. And then they just come at you like fly. It's like they're coming at you like like hornets protecting their nest. And crazy thing was that video was one of the most viewed videos I had within a short amount of time, about 100 views in 24 hours, which is crazy for me. But also, the funny thing was that it got a bunch of dislikes. 16 dislikes versus 1. So obviously it wasn't I wasn't saying something that was popular amongst these guys. But it's just like, whatever, man. You guys just want to live your own tiny little bubble of what you believe in. That's fine. I just don't agree with it. And then my video soon afterwards gets taken down by YouTube for being considered hate speech. I'm thinking, hate speech? How am I saying, what am I saying is really hateful? I don't hate MGTOW. I'm not explaining hatred towards anybody. I just think honestly what it is that these guys from MGTOW are just using the whole idea of me promoting hate speech on my video as an excuse to want to take it down. So that's weird. Anyways, let me check back with AJ. What's going on? No, I didn't get it. No, you didn't get the link? Let me try this again. Okay, you may want to share our instructions for guests. Well, let me try this shit. Yeah, we already did that. Oh boy, let's see. Here, let me go and let me copy and paste this motherfucker. See. How's this? I'm just trying to go ahead and make sure he gets this motherfucker. This should be able to fucking work. Okay. Let's give it a go again. It's already 8.5 minutes going into this video, and I haven't gotten my guest for my first joint live stream in Chronicles of AJ. Hopefully this thing goes through. Well, anyways, just the whole thing with a video considered hate speech. I just think, honestly, nowadays, anything can be called hate speech if a lot of people don't agree with you have to say when you're thinking outside the box, which has always been the case in society. But nowadays, people are way too sensitive about what is it they call hate speech. You know what I mean? It's like, what is the big deal? But anyways, let's see. I'm going to give this thing a go for a little while longer. Obviously, no one's shown up yet. Let's get back on over to this motherfucker. How's this? Okay. But anyways, what else is there to do? I mean, for me right now, given this whole coronavirus pandemic, I'm out of work. But if anything, this is just what I could say is that this is just time for me to ease back and relax, focus on other things I haven't been doing for a while, getting more familiar with what it means to be a hip hop DJ. I'm getting my DJ mixer all fixed up and watching more videos on YouTube of basically self-development as far as building a business, making more money, understanding more about what women want in men, how to be a real man, and just enjoy myself. What the fuck is this? That's me.
Yo, what's up? It's Chronicles of AJ.
AJ, is that you?
Yeah, that's me. What's up?
Man, I was waiting. I guess I didn't notice you right around here at the bottom corner of the live stream.
Yeah, that's what you do. You invite when somebody comes out of that video and you see somebody, that means that they went through your link.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man. Hey,
It's all good. Yeah.
I'm new. I'm new to this. You know, I just
got here. I just got in actually. I just got in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're good.
I just got started doing live streaming not too long ago, so I figured I might try this out with you. But anyways, what's up? What's up, man? Are you been
Doing good, Chun. Took a break from making videos for like a week.
okay?
So,
You've had a lot of projects or errands to take care of.
yeah, I just took a Udemy course online, so I've been pretty much been focusing on that, teaching myself skills using Udemy.
What is Udemy anyways, if you don't mind me asking?
It's an online course you use if you want to learn a skill, or it's like e-learning type class.
Yeah.
So yeah, tutorials, a bunch of tutorials, job ready skills, a bunch of classes there. So
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, now is not a great time to do it since there's nothing that much else going on.
And two, it's a huge discount. It's $9.99. A lot of courses are $9.99 to to take, so it's pretty cheap.
That's not too bad. I mean, for me right now, I'm not really doing any of that stuff. I just been taking care of projects that I've been pulling off for a while. I mean, I'm not working at Red Lobster, but I got employment, I got my savings, and just I guess I can say more so for me, every day's the weekend now. So
yeah, I feel you.
the thing that sucks about it is that since there's nothing to do, I get so fucking bored. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like last year, I was working 7 days a week in 2 different jobs, and I was used to that. And going from
you're so busy, yeah,
coming from that to just nothing at all, I'm thinking, what can I do? You know, bored. I just think for me, honestly, the coronavirus isn't going to kill me. It's just the boredom around it. And then
isolation.
And pretty much everything is closed down. Restaurants a lot of restaurants aren't open. It's takeout or delivery. You know, the places to go shopping are closed down. Clubs or whatever is shut down. Like, there's not that much to do where I live anyways. I mean, the Coachella Valley is honestly a really boring place to live. But now that everything's shut down, there's like literally nothing unless you want to go out for a walk or go hiking or bike riding. But one good thing is that, you know, gas is real cheap, and I can take the bus for free now where I live. You know, so I've been taking advantage of that, saving gas money, and just lately been focusing on perfecting my cooking skills and doing more barbecuing and grilling, so I can apply that to when I do it more professionally with my own place. Because that's the type of food I really want to focus on as far as cooking. And I've also went ahead and I got one of my mixer, my Pioneer DJM 900 Nexus mixer, sent to this DJ electronics store up in LA so they can get it fixed up. And then I can maybe see about doing some DJ mixes and stuff like that and just go forward. Yeah. And still doing my exercises. You know, I'm up in the ante as far as my reps and going out for walks, going for hikes and bike riding, keep myself busy with whatever I can, selling off a bunch of my shoes and clothes, making some extra money. And I might help my dad sell some of his stuff so I can make money off of that. You know, I thought this was a bit of a curse in the beginning, but in a way, I'm not trying to be religious or whatever because I'm not religious. It's kind of a blessing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, everything happens for a reason. So the situation change, and I don't think things are going to be normal even if the quarantine is over. I don't think things are going to be normal. So
Nah. I
nah,
mean, a lot of things are going to come and go. I mean, businesses or whatever. And
yeah,
I guess the way we react to situations like this, I mean, the whole, still personally think the whole coronavirus thing is, as far as our reaction to it, is a bit out of whack and out of hand because
yeah,
who's really susceptible to it and the numbers of people dying versus what people die through and other further reasons such as a heart attack or smoking or
mhm,
car crashes. But I mean, that's just the society we live in. I mean, I think that the main reason why this is so big is because people are more so obsessed of safety and security and dying now.
yeah, true,
I
yeah,
mean, I personally think that what would be a more appropriate way to handle the situation in the beginning was to cut off people potentially entering into this country from China and from the beginning, sealing things off and just go to more areas that be more susceptible, like New York. So, well, I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, it is what it is right now. But whatever, this will be something that you will endure as long as you have a good nest egg and you are able to keep your sanity. So, well,
yep,
yeah,
true. You're doing the right thing. You know, you keep yourself productive during the quarantine instead of panicking like most of the stupid people are doing is panicking and not
yeah,
doing anything to keep themselves occupied.
yeah, buying a ridiculous amount of toilet paper and sanitizer. Like,
Yeah, yeah, they buy toilet paper, but they be fat as hell eating Cheetos and ice cream all day every day, and but they don't take care of themselves, their health wise serious.
no, and that makes them even more susceptible to the
Yeah.
virus. Well, whatever. So, I mean, how's it back over? I know that you said east in the East Coast in New York and New Jersey, it's like a ghost town. I mean, there's hardly anybody going outside.
People in Central Park, they still out there. People in Central Park, the construction is still going around during the quarantine.
Hmm.
So that's pretty much the essential workers, the construction workers, it's still going around even with the quarantine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that you need it. You need construction for this world to function. The electricity, TV, everything. You need construction and electric people
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
plumbers. So you need those people.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, of course, you need the essential
Yeah,
parts of society for it to function.
yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, at least those guys are working. I can give them credit for that. And I,
Without them, without the plumbers, without the people in the trades, this world will go down because you
oh yeah,
need those people to function everything else.
yeah. I mean, those people are honestly really, really, really underrated.
Really needed.
You
Yeah.
know, that's what I thought about going to the trades a while ago, but I just couldn't see myself working outside. Just
I see. Yeah.
it's not my, it's not. I see. I come from a place where it can get during the summertime over 115 degrees with 20 to 30% humidity, and sometimes it's even 120 degrees plus. So for me, being outside and possibly exposing myself to that sort of weather is not something I want to be a part of. If I was in working primarily in a place where it's a nice temperate climate, that'd be a different story. But also,
Yeah.
I'm just more interested in doing something which is more creative. That's why I want to do more cooking and just creating my own place for myself.
Yeah,
So,
that's good what you're doing. Yeah, especially cooking. Cooking, you save a lot of money on buying takeout foods and all this stuff. You save money pretty much.
oh yeah, I
And
mean,
the good thing is you can prepare your meals too and eat. For example, if you can't finish eat your food, you can just make the meals that you cook and then you could put it in the refrigerator and you can eat it tomorrow or another day. You save money on
oh
buying
yeah,
food.
sure.
Yeah.
I've been making some really nice stuff. You know, my dad. See, I'm staying with my dad right now in the meantime because of obvious reasons. But I've been using his something this Traeger smoker, which is this smoker in which you put these compressed wood chips in
Hmm.
a feeder, and then it smokes your food for you at a low temperature for an extended period of time. And last weekend, I remember I made a full. I made like a full slag of pork spare ribs, very well seasoned with essential barbecue seasoning, and I had it smoked for 6 hours in there. Came out perfect. We ate it, and it. My dad even tell me this is like something that you would get at a restaurant. You know, you really been working at this and perfecting your skills.
Mm.
I said, yeah, for sure. But for me, there's always room for improvement. You know, it's like when I make something, even though it turns out really good, I say, you know what, I can make this better. You know, like Leonardo da Vinci said, a painting is never finished; it's only abandoned. So
Mm.
that's in
Well
a
said.
that's in a
Yeah.
way how I'm approaching my cooking. Is that it's not just something used to feed people, but it's an art into of itself if you take it seriously that way. So that's one thing I've been doing to keep myself busy. But I mean, other than that, I've been doing my videos still. I mean, I'm getting more into doing live streaming because beforehand I was using my phone to record my videos. But the problem with that was that I was using up a lot of my data to upload my videos onto my YouTube channel.
Yeah, that data, it slows down the video slower.
Yeah,
And if you could just use either your Wi-Fi or your home network
yeah.
lane, pretty much,
That's
just go
why
fast.
That's why I'm thinking that it might be worthwhile that I invest into like a camera that I can hook up to my phone, not my phone, but my computer that's a higher quality than this webcam that I have.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's what I plan on doing. But well, anyways, I told you that today's kind of a special day. You know what day it is?
What's today? I don't keep up with the calendar.
My shirt is a color green for a reason.
St. Patrick.
No, something else that's green that you've seen me partake in.
Oh, it's the weed day. The weed day.
420, exactly.
The weed day.
Yeah. I just went to my local weed shop and I got myself one of these right here. This is a infused pre-rolled blunt, and this is like real top of the line stuff. I got this at my local weed shop for $25. It's like 35% THC, but I'm not gonna smoke it right now. I'm gonna wait until 420 later. But
Okay.
well, I mean,
That's what's up. I don't smoke, so
yeah,
I have people. I have people that does that stuff. But yeah.
yeah, I mean, but from what I know, they're actually selling a lot more weed now because I mean, people don't have much of anything to do; they're bored, so they're just taking part in smoking just to kind of pass the time. And I'll admit, I've been doing more of that, but I still gotta just go ahead and regulate how much I spend because, like I said, this thing right here costs $25. It's quality,
Yeah.
but it's pricey. So, and it's really better that you go ahead and you buy a bulk of flour than this. But I just got this because all I want to smoke is just that for today.
Mm.
Well, anyways, so besides that, a couple things I thought about talking about. First of all, this more recent incident with me was I know that you're a MGTOW, AJ, and
Uh-huh. Yeah.
earlier this, not actually a week ago, I got into it a bit with the internet's fanatical MGTOW guys because I made this live stream video called MGTOW My Honest Thoughts. I'll tell you what happened.
Oh, I think I missed that. I think I missed out that video.
Yeah, well, it wasn't up on YouTube for too long, but I'll explain why. See, in the video, I was just talking about I thought about discussing MGTOW for a while, what my honest views are on it. And I think you already know for me is that for me, I'm not like pro feminism or necessarily pro MGTOW. I'm just more in between, I understand where MGTOW is coming from, but I don't really agree with it. And I don't like feminism nowadays at all, but I'm more in between. And like what I was doing in the video was I was saying, look, guys, I know where you're coming from as far as how women ruin men's lives because of divorce and alimony and child support, and how women are raised not to respect men and play their roles or whatever. And you don't want to have anything to do with women because of that to protect your livelihood. But I think you're taking it a bit far. You can do that all you want, but I just think that a better way to approach being with women, at least on my part, is to know what it is that you want in your life as far as being a man and being a man of your purpose, as I've been coming to understand from talking with older guys who are more experienced than I am, and even my own personal experience. It's just understanding that, for me, with women, it's something that I want, but I don't need. I put myself ultimately high on the pedestal. Yeah. And for me, a woman.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
to these days. Yeah.
You got to put yourself number one on the pedestal. But I just say, look, I think that a better way to approach women is that you go in as far as developing a relationship with them, if you want to, by telling them what you want straight up and just saying, look, I have these certain expectations from you. I don't want you just because you are a pretty girl that I can hang out with and show up. You got to bring stuff to the table, and you got to come forth in meeting my expectations as far as what I want.
Amen to that. Yeah.
And if you don't have what I want, then I'm just going to move forward and potentially find someone else. Yep. Even though it might take a while or I might never even find it. But at least I'm a man who has standards and expectations for himself in his relationships, so that I won't be going through what happens with a lot of guys when they get taken advantage or just have their lives destroyed by women. So I did this video for a half an hour. There's some guys that I talked with in the stream who were posting on the comments saying that, yeah, I understand. And some of them say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. And then as soon as I got the video published on my channel, within about 24 hours, it had 100 views, 1 like, but 16 dislikes. And I had all these guys who were supposed to MGTOW saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You put women high on a pedestal. We have to drag your dead weight through our struggle and blah, 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 blah. Just attacking me. Just going off at me. And I try to have a fair conversation and talk with them in the comments, just saying, look, guys, I'm not having any animosity towards you. I just don't agree with everything you're saying. I'm trying to help you by giving you a different perspective. But they're just like, yeah. It's just, come on, guys. Why are you making it such a big deal out of just one guy that doesn't agree with you? It's like, I think about it like this. I know that not all MGTOWs are like this. I don't think you're like this at all, AJ. But there's always certain people in a certain group that are just so fanatical about their ideas and their beliefs that when someone disagrees with them and for their own fair and honest reasons, they still want to go after and attack them. And it's just like, I kind of think about it like this. These are probably the type of guys that the only thing they have in their life is probably just being identified with MGTOW or whatever. And they just go around YouTube and videos just basically being trolls at anyone who doesn't like what they say. And I got quite a lot of them in just this one video. It was crazy.
Yeah. Like for me, for instance, is like, I don't care what any man want to do, what status they from, whether they want to get married or whatever, because at the end of the day, it's like it's my life, you know.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, but all I can say to that person as I see them as a brother, I'll say, or I see them as if they were my friends, I would say, be extra careful
yeah,
and think
fair.
twice. Don't think based on your feelings. Think logic on what you're getting yourself into, and that's all. And the rest, I move on and go
Yeah.
about my day.
Yeah, that's the most appropriate way to handle any
Yeah,
situation. But these
yeah.
guys were just very adversarial towards me. It's like, oh,
But I would still let people know that marriage. I say don't. I say if you're gonna get married, just not in the West at least. But
yeah,
or not at all, or not at all.
or maybe,
Yeah, at all is more safer. But at the
yeah,
same time, be extra careful. Be open minded to hear other people's advice because they have been through a lot more than you do.
for
So
sure.
be open minded. You know,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
it.
or maybe if you want to get a prenuptial agreement, that could work too. But anyways, getting back to this whole thing with my video, it's like these guys are just saying all these crazy things, even though they bring up statistics about what guys have gone through with women that is negative. That's how women ruin guys' lives. And I say, yeah, I agree, but you know what? You wouldn't have gone through this stuff if you just simply said at the beginning, being a man with backbone and principle, telling her what you want from her. And if she doesn't have it, then you move on. I think that the main reason why a lot of guys get themselves in that sort of trouble that these guys in MGTOW go for is because these are guys that put themselves in a situation because they're not real men, they're pussies that will go for whatever they can get, and they don't have standards for themselves. And that's why you see guys that get fucked over by women. Rob Kardashian and Black China, for example. That's
But
my
I think every man, for instance, it doesn't matter how like so-called alpha you are, you still would get messed up just for simply putting the ring on the finger. You're completely fucked,
yeah,
to be honest. You
yeah,
know,
I can understand
you
that,
know,
but it's like
because we as us males, we are very disposable. Believe it or not, that's a hard truth. We are very replace. So even though you so-called is, yeah, I am better than all these other guys out there, but you're still valuable because you are male. You are male gender. You're still like disposable in the world, you know?
yeah, I mean, in this perspective nowadays,
You know?
sure, but it's just that's the way popular culture paints us. It's just, but still, like as we agreed before, it's like men are the ones who are responsible for all the big things in this world too.
Yeah,
But
correct.
it's just my thing is that for me, it's just I guess what I can go in my part is that find yourself a good woman or a good person to be in a relationship. You got to be that person yourself, and then just choose to find someone who is within that regard to your values and your direction. So, and but at the same time, be comfortable that in life you're probably going to be alone most of the time because not everyone is going to do that for you.
Yeah.
Like, like I said in my
In the
video,
meanwhile, I tell guys to just focus on you. Don't even think about if they do come, because more than likely they will come because with the coronavirus situation going on, they're gonna be desperate without you thinking they want to approach you. So I say don't even think about it. Just focus on you. Be smart. Understand their hidden agenda. Don't get too comfortable. Like analyze them. See why is the reason they suddenly want to be nice to you and all that stuff. But be
yeah,
very careful.
yeah,
Very careful.
you want to test everybody out over time and filter
Yeah,
them out, and put them through
yeah,
situations to see if
exactly.
they are going to be a part of your game plan called life
Yeah,
and not want to stab you in the back. So again, that's why I don't have a lot of friends. I've gone out
yep,
with women, but most women don't do that much for me anyways. So I'm comfortable being by myself most of the time. So,
yeah,
but I mean, after this whole debacle with this attack from these radical MGTOW guys, I just thought, okay, well, at least this is getting a lot of attention. It will bring more people to the channel. So we'll just see how it goes. But
Yeah.
then the next morning, this is probably 36 hours after I posted the video, YouTube decided to go ahead and take it down because they said I was violating community guidelines, given that they claimed that I was using my video to promote hate speech. Seriously.
Oh wow. Yeah,
We-
YouTube is it's not a good platform to really spread your opinions, really. They play internet police on channels.
yeah.
Yeah. So
YouTube is a place where there's a lot of censorship and lack of freedom.
it is. And shadow banning. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they said that, I was promoting hate speech and incentivizing violence against a certain group. And I told them, look, I'm not expressing hate speech in my video whatsoever. If
Yeah.
anything, I mean, the guys that are attacking me in this video are expressing more hate against me and against women in general. And I tried explaining that to them through my appeal, but they denied it. And I just think, you know what? I even made another live stream video about hate speech and how I think the problem nowadays is that anything can be considered hate speech. Because
Well, just look at YouTube from a workplace. You know how when you do the workplace that's filled with, female domination, and then you know you're right, but then they shut because they see you as a male and they see that you're not like other women. They're gonna go to the side of the female. Whoever talked the most, like, hey, go girl, I believe you. They're gonna believe in her first more than you, unless that person is closer to you, like a good friend and that's in the job, that knows you, that's wearing the backyard and be like, hey, this bitch is a liar, or something like that, like your homegirl, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I mean, what I do in my videos, you've probably seen this, is that I base it on the truth and I try to be as fair as possible. Even though some of the things that I say are pretty controversial, I just try to come across as honest and fair and with facts and evidence to back me up as possible. But you know what? It's like I said before, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. They just want to hear a bunch of lies that'll make them feel good. It's and so many people nowadays are just so caught up in their small, tiny little box and bubble that if you try giving them another perspective on things, they'll just attack you. And it's and it's just the way it is nowadays. People just can't handle other people's opinions I don't know like they used to, but people are just more vocal about being crybabies of people who just don't agree with them. So now I'm seeing what some of these YouTube.
But the thing, speaking of MGTOW, the thing is, people are different. Like some want sex doll, some don't do the sex doll, some do celibacy, some do pump and dump, and some do completely ghosts out the world. So people have their own type of standard, and I fully support all kinds of standard. At the end of the day, I care about them being safe. I don't want them to go through the same situation that everyone has gone through in the past, doing the same decision. Okay, let's get married. Everything is happily ever after. It's the same thing we've been doing, and guess what? It's fucked now. We got kids now having no fathers now.
That's a serious issue.
We got to change our way.
I mean, this is the thing that I think is a serious problem is just the broken homes. See, I come from a divorced family, but the thing is with me,
I can relate.
The thing is with me is that my parents divorced for a good reason because their relationship was filled with a lot of turmoil, arguing and fighting, and they had a lot of real problems with themselves. And my childhood was a bit bittersweet because of this. But then, they divorced, and I stayed more with my dad when I got into my preteen and teenage years. He showed me a lot of things on how to be how to be a man, be more responsible and accountable, and all of these other things. And it's helped me out. But, you know, and I think the problem of why, as I said, a lot of guys nowadays are wimps and why women have taken are higher as far as the pedestal, as far as their control, is because of these broken homes and a
Yeah.
lot of these young boys being raised by their moms. They grow up thinking that women
Mhm.
are number one because of how being raised by their mother, and they want to find a woman who is like their mom, and that's where we have today.
Yeah. So I think it's time for the world to have a restart, maybe go on a huge economic breakdown or something like a Noah Arks type of thing where they wipe everything off and start a new world type of thing. I think that's what we need to kind of like get back into what we was before, where
Yeah.
masculinity was the best thing ever, where it was pretty much being looked up to become, where they respect masculinity. But now these days, it's like everybody's for themselves these days. You know,
By
there's no
that,
unity. There's
everyone
no
themselves.
unity. You know.
Well, what is that being for yourself has sometimes to do with masculinity? But I mean, what do you mean by that? Everyone being out for themselves. I mean, that is true, but how does that apply to the restart on the world to embrace masculinity? What do you mean as far as how it ties into that?
No, I was just saying an analogy that I'm saying an analogy of before things were this bad, you know, that we need basically a beginning of the world, a restart of civilization.
Mhm.
Civilization before they ever heard the term Instagram, Facebook, or feminist. They never heard of that term before. People, you know, opposite sex was like treated nicely together. But now it's like, hey, I got a job now. I make more money than you. I'm better than you. I don't need to be with you. That's that type of life now. You know?
Even though for me, I honestly would like to be with a woman who makes her own money and is independent. I don't want a princess who doesn't work and has nothing to bring to the table. I want some balance too. We
Yeah.
work together to bring money to the table and just build this empire. You know what I'm saying? Find I'm the king, you're the queen, we make an empire.
Yeah.
But is there that many worthwhile queens? Not too many.
Yeah. I mean, there's both downsides to each one. One that either don't work or one that work. Even though the one that works, you're always it's like being treated like a man too, because she's gonna have the feeling that, okay, let's get a bad job so I can make more money than you. It's like a competition between you and her. It's a
In a way, yeah.
competition. So there's both downsides to the table. It's just a matter of thinking, is it worth the risk at the end of the day?
Well, I
Where,
guess really for me, what I also want to do is just work, be in a relationship with a woman in which we're both in the similar field, and maybe we can build a business together. That is, if she has what it takes. That's what I'd be interested in. But we'll just see how it goes. I mean, for me right now, as far as women, I'm still taking a bit of a break and understanding what I want, what I'm looking for, and what I need to do on my part to become more of a real man. So,
yeah.
but anyways, I had a bit of an incident, well, this extended period in which you're probably going to look down upon, but I thought about discussing too. So, you want me to just hear it out? I got myself out of a situation, but I'll explain how it went. You cool with it?
Yeah.
Remember that one chick I told you about while I was going out a while ago who she had this kid and she was going to nursing school and what have you. She was older than me.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I did a live stream with you, she contacted me on Facebook because she was trying to get a hold of me with her new number, and
Yeah.
she, she couldn't get a hold of me. So I got a hold of her. I checked in with her to see how she was doing. She seemed to be doing pretty good with herself. She was going into schooling and going into nursing, and I was keeping up with her. And I said, "All right, let's go on and meet up." So we were going out for a little bit, for say about a month and a half. So, I mean, I know I was putting myself in that sort of situation given what she asked, but I thought about making an exception to the rule because she was an attractive girl. She had certain qualities in a woman that I'm looking for. I mean, she is able to stand up for herself. She's independent. She knows knowing more of her purpose in life. That's in line with mine a bit. And she was a lot more mature than a lot of women around I've seen around my age, even though, of course, she's 5 years older. So we were going out a few times, downtown Palm Springs. I took her out to eat one time, and then I introduced her to my grandparents. And after that, I introduced her to my grandparents. We made out. It was getting more and more so serious, you know?
Yeah.
And we were having a couple sexual encounters together. But after a while, in that same situation, I'm thinking to myself, you know what, Ron? What is it that you're getting out of this, and where are you going? I mean, you know that she is a special type of girl. She has some things you're looking for, but look at the big picture, okay? Let's get back to reality right here. Again, she has a kid. Even though her son is over in Texas with the father, if you go further with her, that kid's going to become a part of your life more and more so. And and then also understanding who she was. See, I knew from the beginning that she was a religious girl. She was a Christian type of girl, born again type of girl.
Yeah.
And I'm not religious. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't get caught up in any sort of ideology. She understood that. But again, in the long run, I'm thinking, where is it going to go as far as our spiritual foundation? You don't necessarily have spirituality. You believe in good morals and principles and ideas. For her, she's aligned with Jesus and God and all this other stuff. And she posts on Facebook all the time, quotes from the Bible and all these other things, and how you need to live as a follower of Jesus or whatever.
Yeah.
And just things that were off here and there, you know, like say, for example, when we were driving back from LA, I was listening to some of her music and she was listening to some of mine. I liked some of it, but she liked all that Christian rap sort of stuff. And I was listening to one of my favorite albums with her in the car. Me Against the World by Tupac. Halfway in between.
Classic.
What's that?
Classic.
Yeah.
The Tupac
I told her
classic,
this is one of my favorite albums of all time. I listened to this album when I was going through great times in my life, and even when I was going through rough times in my life. And I would love to be buried with this. And then we listened to it. Halfway in between, I asked her, so what did you think about it? And she said, well, you honestly want to know what I think? She said, I thought it was really boring. I'm thinking, what? You think that Tupac is boring? She said that the music pretty much sounds the same. You know, it's got the same sort of beats and whatever, same sort of feel. I think, well, yeah, but that's just what he was going for with this album. Okay, it's him. It's Tupac just basically showing his heart and soul to the world with a certain feel, and that's what makes it such a great album. But she just didn't care for it. She didn't identify with it.
Yeah,
and it's just little things like this here and there that you can pick up when you're getting to know somebody that makes you think, you know what? I think we're okay as far as being friends, but as far as a closer relationship, this is not going to work. And she knows that I'm going more into the restaurant industry and I'm planning on moving out of state, but she wants to go into nursing and she wants to stay within California in the meantime. She doesn't want to do a long distance thing. So
yeah.
in the end, after our last date and when we were having a bit of a sexual encounter at her parents' house, driving home after that, just like, you know what, Ron, I think you might as well just let it go. Say that you want to be close friends, but not being close and intimate like you were. So I told her that a few days later, calling her up on the phone, letting her know what I thought. And she said, yeah, that's okay. I mean, I honestly thought it wasn't going to really go anywhere anyways. So leaving on good terms and moving forward. I still talk with her from time to time, but I've been seeing how much more fanatical in a way she's been getting with her whole Jesus thing, saying, "Well, this coronavirus shows the coming of the last days. You should repent now to Jesus," and just stuff like that. I think I really dodged a bullet with her, because if I had to put up with that sort of stuff, I just don't think I'd be able to do it. you know. It was just a learning experience nonetheless. I mean, she is still an attractive girl, and she has a lot of qualities to her, but I just think, you know what? I got to up my standards and expectations of what I want given this experience, so that I am more likely to find the kind of woman I want to be with. So, I mean, you'll probably say, "Oh, you were an idiot for going back with her." But I felt at the time, I thought, oh, I'll just check her out, see how it is. We were getting a feel for each other, but then it dies off when you get closer and you're seeing someone for who she is, and it's not in line to who you are and where you want to go. So it is what it is. If anything, I just realized that I can probably see, I know that I can see about getting myself an attractive girl who's older than me, because I mean, she was 31 years old, and she was still looking like she was around my age, and she was nice, and she was a thick Mexican girl, and that is what I like. I like thick, pretty Latina girls, but I gotta come with my expectations. No kids. Not too religious and crazy about it. Similar tastes in music, among other things. Because my thing is this: if a woman has poor taste, she's not someone I want to deal with. So, I mean, that's just a reflection of who she is. If I'm dating a woman and she listens to Cardi B, most likely I'm not going to go take her out for a second date. So, certain cues you can pick up with women and understanding what you want.
Of course, yeah, of course, yeah, of course. It's like reading a textbook. Basically, you take your notes.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
why I say to people, I have no problem with if they want to date or don't want to date. What I'm telling these guys is study. Don't listen to TV and thinking that, oh, just because she's a hot girl with a fat ass and a nice smile and a nice hair, that doesn't mean she's perfect. There's always a problem. There's a problem. You just gotta pay attention.
Yep, for sure.
And you just gotta pay attention to just be comfortable. Just be comfortable. Doing you. Don't dating this, dating that, doing too much dating. Just be comfortable doing you. Just have fun. Just have fun for the ride. That's it.
And honestly, that's what I've come to find out is that
just have fun. You're young. Just have fun. That's it.
And honestly, that's what I come to find out, that's how you unintentionally meet the right friends or possibly the right woman. Anyways, you just live your own.
I know plenty of hot girls. I'm thinking, oh, I want them to be my wife and all that. Till I realize, hey, I am proud of being single. Look what happened. She got like 8 kids, 10 kids. I'm happy. I'm not in that situation. That's the way I see it. Like, okay, that means I'm safe. I'm not the baby dad. Thank God.
Yeah, and even I check girls out on Instagram too. I mean, just for entertainment and for let's be honest. That's what a lot of guys go for. I've seen all these women, whatever, and it's like they use their body, whatever, but it's like, where are you going to go with all that in the long run?
Exactly.
How far is that going to take you? Yeah, you're beautiful. You have a nice butt, and you're shaking your ass all the time. But what else do you have to offer besides that? Okay.
Yeah. What do you? Are you nice? Are you interested to talk to? You're not wasting time. You're not flaky. What is there for me that's put me more full attention on you? Pretty much. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, and honestly, you don't have. And what kind of baggage are you bringing? Because everyone's gonna have baggage. For
Oh
me,
yeah,
crossing
yeah.
the line,
Everyone has baggage. Yeah.
crossing the line for me would be kids or a lot of debt. You're not responsible when it comes to
Yeah.
money. You know, you have had a series of bad relationships with guys. That's baggage for me.
Yeah.
And just maybe you come from an abusive background and you have
Mm,
that
yeah.
in you. That's crossing the line for me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just understanding things like that within yourself as far as what your standards are and where you cross the line. That's why I'm saying with that's all I was trying to say with these guys in MGTOW as far as how you can have a better approach with still having women technically in your life, but just not having to put up with the toxicity that
Well,
they.
the thing about it is, what you're going to approach is actually trying to get there. While us, it's like we don't care. We just like solo.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
not
damn.
saying anything against it. You want to do that, that's fine. But this is just what I would rather go for.
Yeah,
And
that's like PUA stuff, kind of stuff. You know.
mhm.
Oh damn.
So,
Uh,
whatever. It is what it is.
my phone died. Hold on.
Okay. AJ, are you there? Earth to AJ. Well, I guess this is. I don't know if this is the end of it. AJ. Well, I hope this is not the end of it. That was a good conversation, anyways. So, maybe we'll just give him another minute just to get back into it. If not, we'll just end the broadcast. Well, I guess that's the last of it. He's checked himself out. His phone is dead, as he said before. I guess next time we'll just have to make sure that our phones are fully charged for a situation like this. If anything, guys, enjoy yourself, live your life. Don't get too caught up in beliefs and just bash everyone for it. Just let everyone live their life, okay? As long as you're not hurting anybody, you have a good sense of purpose with where you're going, do whatever you want, okay? Just as I respect AJ for what he wants, where he's going, and he respects me for what I want and where I'm going. That's what it should be. Not all this hate bashing or whatever. Just do you, okay?
I'm back. Hello.
I was
Yeah.
about to end it. Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna stay for the next 15 minutes. My battery was low, so that's why
Okay.
on my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. But anyways, so yeah, I did that thing with this girl for a little bit,
Yeah.
and just leave on good terms, and
Mhm.
just still keep in touch here and there, but just understand that hey, you can only take it so far. So yeah, I have not been seeing any girls. If no one's going out, there's nothing
Mhm.
to do. Everyone's at
Yeah.
home. So I'm just by myself, just chilling, doing.
Yeah. Plus with the quarantine situation, just like enjoy PlayStation, Xbox, taking online class, which I did on my computer or something, and just there's plenty of fun things to do. You know what I mean? Than just trying to go out and dating a bunch of girls. Just life is much more exciting than that.
Yeah, think
Yeah.
about where you want to go
They're
with.
not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're still going to be here. They're not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, or just figure out where you're going to go within the next 5 or 10 years. Just seeing where that's going to take you, and
Yeah.
seeing where other places you might want to go to and travel around. Like I have a friend of mine.
What's your country that you like to travel to? Speaking of which,
Well, I'll get to that.
hey,
But
hey,
anyways, I have a friend of mine. I think he works for United Airlines, and
nice
he
dining airlines, nice.
he has a benefit to his job in which he can do traveling. I think discount on tickets or whatever. And he's been traveling all these different places. He's gone to Spain. He's gone to France. He just came back from Brazil not too long ago. And Brazil is one of the places I want to go to.
Oh yes, Brazil. Yeah, my buddy, his name is Dot G. He's a content creator. He go to Brazil, and he said that he gets so much love in Brazil. He said Brazil is like paradise compared to Florida and freaking New York. All this crap.
Yeah,
yeah, Brazil, they'll treat you like a king.
Yeah, my friend, he spent a few weeks down in Brazil. He was doing this Airbnb with this older Brazilian lady. He actually originally went to Brazil because he met this one Brazilian chick, this 20-year-old Brazilian chick in his trip to France. But when he tried to get a hold of her, so when he would go on down to visit her, he told her that I want to introduce you to my mom, but she said no, and they stopped talking. But he decided, forget it. I'm just going to go down to Brazil anyways. And he had a
now, people from overseas, I'm telling you, man, they are so cool, way cooler, like super cool. Like they very friendly. People from overseas.
Mm-hmm. You know, I would love to go to a country like Brazil because of the variety of culture that it has. And
yeah.
I mean,
nice area there.
Yeah, you have a mixture of, this soup of people from everywhere, creating such a rich and vast culture to it. I also love the rainforest, even though I don't want to go too deep into it because they have some of the deadliest animals in the Amazonian rainforest. But just the color and the culture surrounding Brazil is so vast and wide, and that's why I would love to go down over there.
And then the pine trees in the area, because I was looking at documentaries of Brazil. They got the pine trees, beautiful area there. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful in that area because there are like races over there in that area. Because I read a documentary of it. So, but certain areas in that country are very nice.
Yeah, and there's also some areas that are very, very dangerous, but you just got to know where to go and where not to go. I mean, the favelas, which are the ghettos in Brazil, I mean, you might want to not go in there unless you know someone who knows the area. And I mean, I don't mind checking out places like the ghetto before. I mean, I just recently went back to Slauson and Crenshaw last Friday. So after I went in, I took my DJ mixer on over just to check it out and check out where Nipsey Hussle were shot and killed again. Just walking along there, mind my own business. I got some fried chicken. My thing is that, depending on where you are, if you go into the ghetto, as long as you go somewhere in the middle of the day and you don't bother anybody, people will leave you alone in general. But I know in certain areas, especially if you're a foreigner, they might hurt you or attack you or kidnap you.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, just don't go to the city, like this crazy bad areas over there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I heard El Salvador in Brazil. I heard it's very nice. El Salvador.
I guess so, but I mean, Brazil is also a place I would love to go to for the ladies there. I mean, I think the most beautiful women in Brazil are some of the most beautiful women, period. I just got to learn some Portuguese. But my friend told me that you don't really need to know Portuguese in order to talk to people in Brazil. I mean, there's people that speak all different types of languages down there. So I wouldn't mind just testing out how the women are. So,
hey, do a video on it. Do a video and then send it to me.
Well, I got to figure out a time where I can go on over to Brazil. I mean, not right now because, I mean, I'm not making as much money as I used to, even though I could take out my savings to do a trip. I mean, but now I don't think you're even allowed to leave the country because of this whole lockdown situation.
Yeah, you got to wait till the lockdown is over. Right now, it's not doing too good.
Yeah, but a few other places that I would want to go to is I've always thought about also going down to Colombia too for similar reasons. You know,
My man, yes, Colombia. Oh yeah,
yeah,
yes, that's a good place to be.
yeah.
Colombia.
I mean, there was this YouTube channel that I subscribed to not too long ago called Sly's Life. This is black dude that he's lived in Brazil and Colombia, and now he's in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And he said that he stayed in Medellin, Colombia, for a few years, and he said this is one of the best cities I ever stayed at. And if you have $1,000 US, that's like $3,000 here. And there's a lot of cool activity and culture to it. And the women here are like, in general, they're like 8s out of 10s. You can really enjoy yourself here in Medellin.
Yeah.
So I told my friend, maybe next trip, if we want to do it together, we should go down to Colombia and check out Medellin and other cities there. He said, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So he can do it no problem. But for me, I got to go ahead and save up my money and figure out, plane tickets with him, where we're going to stay, and whatever. But I mean, I've seen that also in Colombia, in Medellin, and all these major cities. They got hostels. They got places that cater to travelers. Because, of course, in a lot of these countries, one of their main sources of economic growth is tourism. So
Yeah, you gotta get in touch with Dodgy because I think he'd been to Colombia too. He'll tell you his experience, what's his like over there, because he had videos of him traveling to Colombia. So you gotta get in touch with Dodgy.
I mean, do you have a way of getting a hold of him that I could? I mean, I think Doc Chi's a cool dude, anyways. But I would be
ask him for his email. I don't want to give out his email, so ask him for his email.
Mm-hmm. May I go and message him on his YouTube channel and just maybe do like a talk with him like this.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I know he is. I mean, he's a cool guy that tells it like it is. But anyways, one other place I want to go to as far as traveling. I mean, I got Brazil. I got Colombia. Oh, yeah. Another country I really thought about going ahead and checking out is Argentina. Because I think that in Argentina, they have a rich traditional Spanish culture. You go down to Buenos Aires, it looks like you're in Spain. And they have more like a European centralized culture there. But they also, another reason I would love to go down to Argentina is the food. Argentinians are among the biggest beef meat eaters in the world. So if you're a vegetarian, I don't know if it's the best place you want to go. So they're really well known for their cooking and also similar reasons with the women there. Now I can see about going to the dance clubs.
I mean, I got friends online from all over. Like I have one who's from Brazil too that I met on social media. So they're pretty cool peoples. And I met them in person. I did a video on it. This Brazilian chick was trying to dance with me while I was recording. So they cool peoples, very cool peoples.
How can you dance to someone while you're recording?
Yeah, they were Brazilian. They just came from Brazil, and then they saw me and they said that my hair reminds me of their country because I got dreadlocks. I have freeform dreadlocks. So they say, "Oh, your hair is nice. It reminds me of my country."
Yeah, I think I have a lot of blacks in Brazil that embrace their Afrocentricity.
The Afro, yeah.
Yeah, I know about that. So yeah, Argentina, I would go there also to learn more about cooking because they are considered to be among the best cookers of beef in the world. I mean, I remember I saw this one old episode of Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmer. He went at this steakhouse, which was considered to be among the best steakhouses in the entire world in downtown Buenos Aires. And the chef, interesting thing he does is like he cooks top quality beef and steaks on top of solid heated pieces of salt. That's what he cooks. Mm-hmm. And Andrew Zimmer took just one bite of his steak that people wait in line for a year for a reservation from all over the world. And he gave the chef a hug. Like he fell in love with his cooking. So, That's a
Yeah,
reason
you
I would
because
love to go
you
down to
see a
Argentina.
huge difference between the foods here in the other countries and here in America that's filled with GMO type foods, things that are not supposed to be in the food, all these chemicals that's making people unhealthy. But versus in the other country, you see them very healthy, more healthier than the
Yeah,
people
I
here.
mean, a lot of
More
them
healthy.
they can have their fruits and vegetables grown local. I mean, you can. I remember Costa Rica. You can go down to a corner store and probably get some of the best bananas or avocados you can ever get, and just right around the corner at this corner store where they sell chips or sodas or whatever. They have it just hanging on baskets for you to get. And I've
Yeah.
always liked getting that when I stayed over there for a month, almost like 6 years ago. Costa Rica is definitely a place I'd love to go back.
Oh, Costa Rica is nice. Yeah,
You know,
Costa Rica is nice.
basically, I think a lot of these Latin countries I would go to because of the richness of the culture and how
Yeah,
the people are, and it's cheaper and more affordable, and for the women there too. I mean,
yeah.
I noticed that with myself that I'm not trying to brag, but I can. I'm a charming and handsome white boy that can speak Spanish to these ladies, and I noticed that a lot of these Latino women like that. But at the same time, I'm still setting up my boundaries with them with what I want.
Respect. Yeah,
Yeah, because here's the thing. Although a lot of the Latino women are beautiful, some of the most beautiful in the world, they can be really, really
Cra-
emotional, filled with drugs.
crazy. Yeah, I trust me. I know.
And then not only that,
Yeah,
talking about baggage, you notice that in a lot of these countries, they have kids when they're really young and they got a bunch of kids. That's why I've
yeah.
heard from this guy on YouTube, Sly's Life, who stayed in Colombia, Medellin. He said that a lot of young Colombian women go after foreign guys so that they can fool them to gain money from them because they got eight
And
kids
green card,
or more.
and they try to get out the country too, of course. Because my family is foreign, so I know the situation. I know how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And like I saw this one video about dating in Colombia, and I see all these Colombian girls that are like 20 years old, and they're going after these older white American
yes.
guys. They're in
Oh
their
yeah.
50s or 60s, and they say,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, I want love. I want to get married. I want to have kids." I think, yeah, good luck doing that with old fart having kids. I just think you just honestly want an old guy who's stable and has money, and that he can bring back with you in the United States when you get married, so you can have a
Yeah.
better life.
Speaking of which, that's what I was saying. Because I subscribed to incel content creators, and I was telling him that I know this one guy. He's freaking 60 or 80 years old, and his wife is like way out of his league, but he have her. I was like, yo, this chick look like Shakira, and this guy's freaking 60 or 80 years old. He looks like an incel. How did you get that? And he makes decent amount of money. He makes decent money, but because of they're not from their country, he didn't have to do too much game. All you have to do is get to know him and keep it cool.
Yeah,
You see, that's why I was telling Incel that if you travel, there's really no such thing as Incel. They will treat you a lot different than here. They treat you way different.
mm,
But at the same time, be careful because they want that green card. They want you to get out that country. So let
yeah.
them stay in their country and just have fun.
That's what I thought would be a long-term plan, is that I can see about expatting elsewhere,
Yeah.
like Costa Rica, or maybe if Medellin, Colombia counts, or just see what it's like. I just want to do my research on that and then just see if it's worthwhile. Because I mean, you can live if you retire and with a substantial amount of money, you can live probably a better life in these
Yeah.
other countries where it's if you love the rainforest, it's beautiful. You want to go to the beach, have yourself a cabin, and you want to double or triple your money. You can probably just go ahead and stay in Costa Rica. That's what a
Yeah.
lot of people do from all around the world. So hopefully there's not too many people that go in there in the future so that there will be more space for potentially someone like me. But I'm cool with staying in the United States in the meantime, given all the bullshit that goes on here. So we'll just see later down the line. But
Mhm.
things are all cool. I mean, if anything, the next plans for myself would be that after this whole fucking coronavirus pandemic thing is over, move to Phoenix.
Yeah, hopefully it's over, man, because I got things to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
move out of fucking California where it's fucking expensive to live. They take
Yeah.
like $100 out of every paycheck you get.
Oh.
There's not as much opportunity here as there used to be, and we have all these major problems. And I just think
Yeah.
it's just not really worth it staying here like it used to be. You know,
Nah, I get it. Yeah, California is foreign. Yeah, it's no good.
Mhm.
No good. Too much craziness going around.
Yeah, I mean,
Same with New York. Same with New York. New York is basically California too, in a way.
well, I mean, California and LA have two of the highest homeless populations in the entire country,
Mhm.
and you know it's really fucking expensive in New York. I know that for sure. And the hassle of getting around can be pretty ridiculous unless you live there all your life. And it's like this, you know. I've always thought about going to a big city like LA and living there, but now those are just nice places to visit, but not to live. I want to live somewhere that's more chill, relaxed, but still has a good amount of opportunity as far as work and building a business, and it's affordable. That's why I thought a place like Phoenix would be good, or maybe going to somewhere in Texas, like Dallas, Fort Worth, or maybe Houston, or some other town around that way. Because it's funny that a lot of these southern conservative states are the places where they have better. It's better to live than in California now. I don't know if you heard about this, but a lot of big businesses and people in general are leaving California for these other states because
yeah, so
there's
true.
more opportunity and it's more affordable, among other things. And
They going to. I see people are going to Texas.
yeah,
Texas is huge for especially tech companies. They go to Texas.
yeah. I mean, I think I might follow suit with that within the next few. I'm gonna follow suit with that in the next few years, but giving Phoenix a try, see how I like it, and if I want to go elsewhere, we'll just see. But I'm really thinking that in the long run, where I would want to go in the future, as far as when I'm retired, is I like expatting to one of those countries that I told you where I want to go and visit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's also good to network with people online who are from Texas, who are from Brazil, Colombia, because I'm doing the same thing. I was talking to this one girl who's from the Philippines, and she is very nice. Like, I don't have to worry about me hitting her up. She hit me back, sending me pictures, say, "Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Did you eat?" No girl in here ever say to me if I eat. This girl from Philippines was like, "Did you eat?" You know, like feminine
Yeah.
qualities of caring. You know?
Like she's trying to woo you into being her husband or something.
Yeah, she's treating me like a king. That's how I like it to be. Like, oh, did you eat or whatever? But versus here, you know, they don't say did you eat. They say some stupid shit.
How are you able to network with these people? I mean, just by doing your YouTube videos or what?
No, I use something else, but you can find them on YouTube if you just type in LS, which is stand for live stream, and these Filipino people, they always go live. So if you put LS on your YouTube search bar, you'll see plenty of Filipinos on the live stream live.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you just say, hi, what's up? And they network with many people, and then they go to your channel, they watch your stuff. But mainly, I don't really use YouTube for that. I use something else for it. So, yeah.
Well, that'd be interesting to find out what that something else is, because I've been going through. Sometimes I check out my account, OkCupid, but that's mostly a waste of time.
Yeah, don't go to specifically dating app per se. Just go to anything that deals with you can comment, you can go to their page and stuff like that, and just type in a country, and you'll be surprised. Some of them speak English, even though they speak a different language in their page. But just say hello, and then they'll see your page like, oh, you're an American. So they talk to you. They try to talk as best with their English.
Maybe I ought to go ahead and see about finding the Brazilian
So
girls.
it's always good to talk to someone whom you may not know they speak English, because you never know if they speak English or not.
But
Yeah.
it's worthwhile to know a language of the country you go to. Most of the countries I would want to go to,
Yeah.
you gotta speak Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. I meant online base wise, you could just use Google Translate and talk to their language and be like, oh, do you speak any other language? And if they speak English, boom, you don't have to use their language all the time. You know?
Google Translate isn't always accurate though.
Yeah, true.
It can be really awkward when you try to use that and then the way they speak it's totally different.
Yeah.
That's the
So
problem. You want to learn the language as far as the slang and the way they talk informally on the street too. That's how you really get their attention.
yeah.
Like if you're Mexican, you know, if you want to say, "Oh hell no," or "Get the fuck out of here," you say, "No mames way." I don't know if you ever heard of that word, that phrase, but that's a really common phrase that I hear a lot of Mexicans where I'm from say to each other. Or if
Yeah.
you want to say "Go fuck yourself" to a Mexican, you say "Vete la verga, cabrón."
Yeah, yeah, I know that one.
Shit
Yeah.
like that. So you got to learn the slang and just the average everyday talk and lingo. So I know that with Mexican, I know a little bit of that with Puerto Rican and Cuban, but I gotta adjust myself to other places. But you just go ahead and ask, okay, if you hear something you don't know, you say, hey, cómo se dice eso en inglés? Or qué es eso? ¿Qué está hablando? And then they'll let you know. So they're always open to, helping you out with your Spanish. They think that's
Especially and too, somebody gave me a good advice. I believe my father gave me a good advice. He's funny. He's from Haiti, so he gave me a good advice. He said that to date a girl that don't speak English because you'll learn the language faster. I was like, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, it'll force you to learn the language since you don't know what they're speaking. I mean, like when I was in Costa Rica 6 years ago, and I didn't know that much Spanish, but being around it 24/7, it just hooks you in, and you
Makes it
gotta
easy.
know how to speak.
Exactly. Yeah, totally.
So I mean, for me personally, with the women I would go for, I think I would go for my Latina women, maybe Afro Caribbean.
Latinas. Yeah. I'm a sucker when it comes to Latinas.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely a sucker when it comes to Latinas. I like Spanish women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, because I grew up around it. I grew up in Spanish Harlem, so I grew up around it. And I've been with one, so I'm always attracted to Latina type women.
Yeah, I've been with a few of them. I like them. I'm not with someone anymore for various reasons, but for me personally, I'm like the same way. I grew up in an area which is mostly Hispanic, Latino, and then white all my life. And my mom, she's Mexican American too. So part of that is in me. I mean, I think Latino women, they're just more so feminine, and they embrace it, and they have better levels of beauty to them, and just the way they carry themselves. But still, you gotta understand, they're more emotional. More drama. And
hothead. They could be hothead. They could be hothead and everything.
Or they're more incentivizing about having children.
Oh yeah, they love family.
Yeah.
That's why they got so many kids these days.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I think the case is that in a Latin culture, they have the idea that you can get it once you started a family. So
they are big on family, that's for sure. Spanish culture, big on family.
The family in the Latin culture is like number one.
Oh yeah.
But the problem I see about that is that you want to make sure that you're settled out with what you want to do with your life before you have a family.
Yeah.
So I think that honestly, given what I've experienced,
not only settle down yourself, also getting to know her to see if you can see yourself being long term. Because most of the chicks these days, they could be cute and all and approachy, but then you see them as, oh, okay, she's pump and dump. type, just have fun with her and that's it. You don't want to deal with her no more.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just with the Latin culture, one of the things I had issues with is that, you know, think you got to think in the long term.
Yeah.
If I want to have a family, how am I going to provide for them? And I've seen this all the time. A lot of them, they're working in several jobs in which they don't get paid very much, and they're just struggling to get by. And that's pretty common. You go to a lot of these Latin countries, like I remember that guy I was telling you, Sly's life in Colombia. He
Mhm.
said it's very common that people in Colombia work like 10 to 12-hour days. You know,
Yeah.
because and I even heard that in Colombia, on average, people make like $10,000 every single year. I know. That's
Nuts.
people in the United States make more off of welfare,
Yeah.
you know. But it's
Yeah.
just,
That's why they love us out there, because they know the money differences, the income differences compared to there.
yeah. So it's just, I guess their standards of living are not like us, and I guess their opportunities are more limited. But it's just also how
And
much
it's kind of a good thing like that, because it's a difference between how they're more humble when they don't have much versus if they come to the United States, where most shits these days can make bank out of nowhere. You see their attitude change towards the
Yeah.
opposite sex and themselves and their kids.
Well,
You
it's like
see
I
it. You
remember.
notice the behavior is different.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I remember in one of my previous jobs at the yard house where I was a dishwasher. I talked with the Mexican guys, the El Salvadorian guys, the guys from Honduras, and what have you. And I remember this one Mexican guy said to me, "In the United States, you can make $100 in one day, but in Mexico, you can make $100 within like 2 weeks." That's like,
True, so true. Yeah, my subscriber, his name is Verona L. He told me about it. Yeah, yeah, and too, and he said that if you're an incel, because he watched incel content, he said if you're an incel, come to Mexico, and it makes sense because Mexico love they love American people, they love people here.
yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I don't know about Mexico right now because of
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
cartels and have you. I mean, I like Mexico. I used to travel all over Mexico as a kid, thanks to my dad. I've been
yeah.
pretty much everywhere. But this was back in the days, say in the, I don't know, mid 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, before things really, really, really started to get bad down there. So, I mean, there's still good places to go to. Like I would want to go down to Guadalajara, which
Mhm.
is in the southwest part of Mexico, because part of my mother's parents are technically from Guadalajara. But I mean, other than that, I don't know about Mexico right now. It's a bit
Yeah,
confusing.
yeah, and two, I'm not really into Mexican girls, to be honest, because they usually got like flat butt, and I'm not into that stuff. I'm like,
There's some Mexican girls
yeah,
with
there are some, but overall, especially in New York, there's a lot of them got flat butt in the United States.
yeah, you're more into like the Puerto
Yeah,
Ricans or the Haitian
and
women.
they super short too, super short, like
Yeah,
Mario. That's what I was telling them. If you're an incel and you worry about your height, get a Mexican girl.
yeah.
They got lower standards too. They got like 8 kids. So if you're an incel, you have a chance with those types. Sure. You have height problem, you have look problems, get a Mexican girl, get a Mexican girl.
Yeah. Well, anyways, like, what would be some places you would go to? Maybe we discussed about this, but what are some spots that I haven't mentioned that you'd go for? Being a single.
Panama all day, because they accept the American U.S. currency. So that's
Oh,
all.
yeah, right.
Yeah, Panama, and they're nice, gorgeous women over there. Panama.
They also have a lot of Afro women there because a lot of the
Oh yeah,
because a
Afro.
lot of black slaves were sent over there, and they have a lot of
Yeah,
Afro Latina
yeah,
things going on there.
yeah. Panama. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Panama. very good for your buck.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I guess
it's a
I
good
will
starter
check
for
out
traveling
Panama.
too, Panama, since you don't have to switch your money, your currency around. So this is perfect.
Mhm.
Panama.
Yeah, for sure.
Panama,
Check it out.
yeah, Panama. But those countries that you mentioned, that's why I would go to Costa Rica, Colombia, and Brazil, especially Brazil.
Mm.
Because in here, I met some Brazilian women here, and I noticed that they were treating me like king here. I noticed their vibration. I realized, okay, I can see what Brazilian girls are, how they treat us. So, yeah.
Sure. What
And I
about
watch
Argentina
videos,
for
so. Yeah, ever since I seen the music video by Snoop Dogg and Pharrell called "Beautiful," it's a song called "Beautiful." They
you?
were video shooting in Brazil. That made me want to go to Brazil. I was like, whoa,
Oh.
whoa. There's no way I seen chicks in the United States that look like this. No way. And then I was like, yo, I need to go to Brazil. Fuck that.
I
like,
agree. I agree. But
yeah,
you didn't say about what you thought about Argentina. You haven't thought about Argentina?
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I was watching the movie Evita. There's some gorgeous
Yeah.
and you said Colombia and Narcos, the show Narcos. Oh man, there was it's based in Colombia with Pablo Escobar, the drug dealer in
Yeah.
Colombia. Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely go Colombia. No questions asked.
Mhm. No, Argentina, I mean, also has an interesting sentimental attachment for me too, because my middle name Rontes actually came from an Argentinian movie called
Yeah.
Man Facing Southeast, and
Mm.
it's about this guy who's an alien that checks himself into a mental institution to understand human nature.
Mm.
It's interesting. I've seen the movie before a few times. It's a pretty cool watch. So I guess in a way, that's part of a sentimental attachment for me to go to Argentina,
Yeah.
given the movie from there is where my parents got my middle name, which is
Nice.
what most people call me by.
Mm. Yeah, it's a cool name. Rantaz. That's a cool name.
Yeah, Ron Tess. I mean, it takes a while
Rantaz.
for people to pronounce it correctly, but that's all right.
Rantaz. Yeah. All right. So you got any more questions, man, before I go?
No, I think that's pretty much settled for today. I mean, what would you say about that whole incident with what I got that I was not
Oh,
very attacked, but just being gone after by all these MGTOW guys? What do you have to say about that?
I say if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna deal with them, don't mention you trying to find a girl because most of us we're kind of like, hey, we don't believe in unicorns to be honest. We believe in just go with the flow and see how it takes.
Yeah,
So I just say just do you. Don't mention you're looking for the special one. Just do you and just enjoy your life, and just remember the symbols, the signs. If there's something wrong, walk away. That's it. There's nothing to lose. Unless you have kids with them, you're fucked. But if you have no kids with them and you're not married to them, then you have nothing to lose. you know,
sure.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. So that's all good, man. I mean, we'll see how this whole coronavirus thing plays out for all of us. I'm going to be okay. I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's just
Absolutely.
maybe after this whole thing is over, we'll see about doing our live stream and just see where we are, and we'll just go from there. It's all good, man.
Yep. No problem. Great talking to you, man.
Yeah, pleasure doing this with you. Finally doing it myself. Maybe we'll do it on your channel, but we'll see. But I'll see about trying to hit up Doc G and just see what he has to say about as far as meeting Colombian and Brazilian women. It'd
He'll
be
say he got plenty of stories to tell.
yeah.
All right, man. Take care, man.
All right, I'll see you around, AJ. You have a good
All
one.
right. All
Peace.
right. Peace.
All right, well, that was cool. Anyways, peace out, everybody. See, that's how you can relate to others that don't necessarily agree with you, but you're still able to have a nice, humble conversation. Okay? Anyways, peace. You have a good one. Keep enjoying life. Bye bye.